All right, in the video today, we're going to be talking about a couple different kind of grips here. All right, so like I said, we're going to be talking about grips. So I got a ton of different grip options here. These are not even all the grip options that they offer, but there's some of the grip options that I have. So let's start with this first. There's two different options for how the grip stays on. There's lock on and there's glue on. So a glue on grip, so this is the stock beta grip right here, comes with the beta. Basically, it just goes on with glue. Okay, lock on grips are a little different, okay? They have, we'll show you these here. This is the throttle side, so it has this cam right there. That black thing right there is called a cam. So that goes in your throttle housing to stay on the throttle side, and then your non-throttle side has this metal right there with an Allen wrench, an Allen key, and that's how that stays on. So those are the two main options of how the grips stay on. Now we can talk about some of the options that you have with grips. So we can just go down the line here. One of the more popular grips, I would say probably about 10 years ago, were these pillow top grips from Pro Taper. These were super popular. I think Renthal makes them too. These were super popular a while back. These grips are really good for like just soft, like really soft on your hands. I find a couple of things. It kind of feels like your hands are moving around a little bit, something that you can't really grab onto quite well. Maybe if you have a bigger hand, this might work better for you. If you have a little bit smaller hands, they might be too thick for you. So that's something you got to worry about. And we'll talk about that as we go down. Some grips are better for people that have smaller hands. Some grips are better for people that have bigger hands. So these are a good option if you like a softer grip, or if you like a grip that like if you have some bigger hands. All right. So moving on to these beta grips right here. These are what's called a quarter waffle, okay? So if we look here, here's the waffle. It's 4 bars, okay? 4 bars of waffle right there. And then the rest of the grip is all just grip. It's no bars on it or anything. That's called quarter waffle. A lot of the bikes come with these, like quarter waffle grips. Most of them are Kevlar though. So these are rubber grips. Kevlar are a little bit stronger. Usually they don't rip in like tip overs or anything. Usually people like the rubber ones that are a little softer. So moving on, back to these EMIG grips from ODI. So ODI, but these are the EMIG grips. These are super popular, okay? So from what I've heard, if you watch the Pulp MX show on Monday nights, Jeff Emig was just on there, and he said that these Emig grips are one of the most selling grips that they have. So these are technically a quarter waffle also. Okay, the design is just a little different here, so that it's a little bit more angled. They're kind of down like that. Okay, and then they are lock on. The main reason why you would want to lock on is ease. You can take them on off super easy. You don't have to cut them off. You don't have to fight yourself with glue. Some of the downsides to these is vibration. These on specifically the non-throttle side, because of the inner tube here, so like see how I can't flex that at all? It causes a lot of vibration. So grips that are like full waffle, non-lock on, so like just rubber grips, or even non-waffle, but just straight rubber grips similar to the beta ones that I showed you. Those would be a little bit better for like if your bike vibrates or if you have sensitive hands. Okay, moving on to what I was talking about is these are ODI grips, full waffle, non-lock-on. So these are just regular, these are glue-on grips, okay? These are full waffle, like I said. I'm not going to take them out of the package, but waffle goes all the way around the grip, okay? So, like I said, like this, these bars right here, this waffle, it would just go all the way around the grip. One of the grips that I do not have is half waffle. So that's, you split the grip in half, you split in half, waffle goes around half of the side, the rest of the grip is no waffle. I do not have any of those. They're not super popular. What's more popular is the full waffle or quarter waffle or no waffle. Speaking of no waffle, we do have some no waffles here. These are no waffle ODI lock-on grips. These are not EMIG grips. I believe these came out before the EMIG grips. All right, maybe I could be wrong here. Let's see. Oh, these are EMIG Pro V2 grips. No waffle. Okay. Again, these would be really good for someone that has smaller hands. Just something that you can grab onto a little bit easier. But again, you do get some vibration in there because it is a lock-on grip. Moving from there, we have the EMIG V2 Pro lock-on grip. So these are now the step above these red ones here. These have bars on there, but it's not, this would be, I would consider this a no waffle grip, even though it has those bars right there, that yellow bars. They're not like technically a waffle because they're not deep enough to create a waffle. Although they are raised a little bit. I would just consider this a no waffle grip. Okay. All right. I thought to myself, I should show you what we run on our bike. So coming over here on my dad's Husqvarna, he runs these ODI Pro V2 EMIG grips. These are the ones that I showed you earlier. I would consider them no waffle, or again, like I said, this is a little bit better view. You can see that they're raised, but not technically a waffle. And then moving over here on my dad's Beta, he is on a full waffle from ODI. Just trying something different on this. All right. And then now I'll go show you what my bike's, and I'll give you a little bit more in-depth review because I've ridden with those before. All right, right here on my Honda, I am running a EMIG lock-on grip. This is a quarter waffle. These have been used quite heavily. These are a quarter waffle. I don't really have a problem with vibration on this bike. So like think of when you grab it, the top of your hand when it's on. I don't really have any problem with vibration. So I actually kind of like the lock-on grips. It kind of makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about them breaking because on the ends here, they're a little harder. So you won't, if you have a tip over, they won't break, or they won't rip. The problem with these is durability. If you do tip over, this grip is your throttle tube. So if you tip over and it does break, then you're kind of out of luck because that is your throttle tube. So you would either have to have your spare throttle tube on hand, or you'd have to have another set of these grips. All right, moving over to my Beta here. I am running a Renthal full waffle. I think they're a little bit softer than the ODIs, especially in the bars, in the waffle area. And I think there's more waffles than they're a little bit closer together. Some people say that if you run, you might not like these if you have small hands. I don't really see that because, I have regular sized hands, but I don't understand how that it would make it more difficult. They're really not that much bigger. Anyway, these do rip pretty easy. As you can see here, I got them ripped. But like I said, they're a little softer, so a little bit easier on your hands. One of the problems that I did have on the Beta here was vibration. The counterbalancing on the Betas is good. It's just not amazing compared to the 4-strokes that have very little vibration. So I needed something a little bit softer in the grips. And instead of spending $300+ on flex bars from like Fastco or something, I used the Renthal grips, and they kind of mitigate some of that problem just a little bit. Doesn't completely fix it, but it lets me get used to it a little bit better. So like I said, I use those. Oh, and right here you can see I got these wire tied. So with grips that are non-lock on, so they are glue on, you're going to want to wire tie them. So like glue on grips, wire tie them, just because if it gets wet or if it gets they rip, they are going to get loose. So you wire tie them, wire tie them, wire tie them. That will prevent them from falling out. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please go check out my website. It's going to be down below. And I want to say thank you to Factory Connection and Klim for supporting me. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one.